Hey there, Robert Connor with the Radiant Collapse here for Patreon's hashtag Share Your Studio. So I wanted to show you guys where I make the magic happen. So let's get started. Got a custom built PC here. You need a lot of firepower to be able to handle all the graphics programs, especially if you're going to be streaming at the same time. We got 3 monitors here. That's a little ridiculous, I know, but I happened to have this extra TV lying around, so I was like, why not? And then I bought this Cintiq. This is a Cintiq 21UX. They're totally worth the money. I wish I bought one years ago. They've come down a lot in price. You can actually get them on eBay for around $200 to $300 in great condition. So I made the plunge and I never looked back. It's awesome. The 1-to-1 ratio of being able to draw directly on your screen, there's nothing like it. It really speeds up your workflow. Highly recommend that. So I've got this on a duplicated display here. This is a color calibrated monitor. It's an Asus ProArt 24. It's great for when I'm doing graphic design, which is my day job, to keep my colors accurate, make sure everything's looking good on that design. So I've got that there, and then I've got whatever's here duplicated on my Cintiq, so I can, sketch directly on the screen and check everything, how it's looking over here color-wise. And then I've just got an extended display set up over here for my music or whatever else is reference materials, whatever else going on there. Music is a big part of doing art for me. If I'm listening on speakers or if I'm trying to be a little more discreet, I've got my headphones on. Music really helps inspire me and get me in the mood. Maybe if I'm lacking or had a hard day or something like that, music really inspires you to create good art. And so love listening to something. I'm always listening to something whenever I'm creating. Let's see. This mouse, this is a Logitech MX Master 2. I really like this mouse. It's very ergonomically designed, especially someone with larger hands like me, long fingers. It really fits your hand well. It really helps combat those hand cramps when you're using a mouse 8 hours plus a day. They're a little pricey. It's like $100, $120, but it's definitely worth it. It's a wireless mouse, but it charges via USB. It's got a lithium ion inside there, so you're not having to constantly buy batteries to put in there or worry about lag. Whenever that battery starts to get low, you just plug it back into a USB cable and it starts charging up again. So I really like that feature. I usually kind of get turned off on wireless mice just because it's a pain with all the batteries and all that, but this one's been really awesome. Let's see what else. We got supplemental stuff. This is where me and my wife went to the Harajuku district of Tokyo and one of these little photo booth machines. That was a lot of fun. It was all in Japanese. We had no idea what the machine was yelling at us to do, and you had a limited amount of time to do it, but it was a lot of fun. Best 500 yen we ever spent. Lifelong memories there. A cat is a good part of any studio. Desi keeps me company. Say hi, Desi. Or just walk away, that's fine. This is a Bodycoon. This is a anime proportioned, completely posable figurine. I like to use it to study shadows. That's an area I really struggle with a lot, is where do the shadows need to fall on the face or on the figure. Especially if you're doing cell shading, you have to be really precise with where that shadow falls, because it's either a lighted area or a shadowed area. So these are really helpful for me to hold them up to the light and just kind of see where the shadow is supposed to fall. And that's been really helpful for me. They come in male and female. I've only got the male right now, but I want to pick up the female soon just so I'll have both of those to reference. Let's see, what else we got up here. I designed this and I had it made. This is Darling and Frank's. And just a logo. I really like the logo, so I kind of traced the logo, made a vector out of it, and then had this LED display commissioned. I love LED, that aesthetic. If you've looked at any of my work with the Radiant Collapse, obviously you can tell that the logo's even neon, so I love that kind of aesthetic. So just having a little bit of that up here kind of gives me that vibe. If I'm not in that element, I can be with that. I love Terminator, big Terminator fans. I picked this up at a Comic-Con a couple years ago, a little cup holder for Skynet, so that's fun. Let's see. Good stress ball. is vital. A lot of hand cramps, especially if you're putting in long hours, doing some art. That's really helpful. And that's pretty much it. Keep a ruler, just in case I need to measure anything. It's good to have on hand. And I want to say thank you to my beautiful wife Amalia for being my camera woman today. So she's going to edit this and get it ready for you guys. So big shout out to her for all of her love and support. So thank you, babe. And thank you guys for joining me on my little studio tour. It's just a little nook in the middle of my living room, but this is where I create art and have a lot of fun doing it. So thanks for watching, and follow A Radiant Collapse. We're on Instagram and Facebook, and aradiantcollapse.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.